like the most challenging thing and the most rewarding thing about being a business owner?
Okay, let me think about the challenges because there's a few actually that I want to talk about. But like the first thing would be definitely juggling like a social life with for me personally with vibing in school. It's always been really tough because I catch myself working so many hours in a day where I just forget to talk to like my friends, my family, and it's a very like common like recurring thing where I really like had to stop and really think about how I could really because I see it started taking like it started straining my personal relationships with my friends and family because of the stress and the amount of work that goes in, like the amount of hours is like insane. But something like that, really juggling a social life with your business and school is really tough, especially when you're trying to scale because you have to have those days where you're just like you don't sleep enough hours and stuff like that. I'm all for sleeping, but like you have to. There's some days where you just don't get enough sleep. And like another thing would be like wearing multiple hats, like I talked about in the beginning. It's very tough. Like even though it's a very good thing to do, it's very tough in the beginning because like you have to handle your social media stuff. You have to handle sourcing your products. Like I'm talking about me personally for my business, but talk about sourcing your products. You got to deal with like hiring and training employees if that's where you're at. There's so many hats you have to wear, and like even the finances, doing budgeting and cash flow and all of that. It's like you're wearing multiple hats. You're looking at YouTube videos constantly, tutorials on how to do certain things. So that's really tough in the beginning. That's actually very tough in the beginning because I remember when I started this in second year in 2019. Like I wasn't doing like the best in school either, and I just added this whole other chunk on my plate, and I was just like, what do I like? How do I do all this, right? So yeah, and all of that, and also budgeting and your money management is also very important. Like you got to figure out exactly where you want to put your money and where it would be worth it because at one point it's like you could put your money here, you could buy this, or you could improve this, right? It's like what do you do? And because you only have enough money to do one thing that you budgeted for that month or whatever. So that's also something because for me personally, I'm so like passionate about what I do. It's like I want to do everything, right? And another thing I'm working on. So it's like I have to really know where I want to put my money if I have a couple of options. So that's something that is challenging. I can't think of anything else right now, so I'll just move on to rewards. The rewards is not money. It's definitely not money. It's the freedom. It's a creative freedom and like freedom in general that you get. Like there's no one telling you to wake up at a certain time, do a certain thing at a certain time, be at the office, wear a certain like type of clothing, and also creative freedom. There's no ceiling and there's no like there's no walls around you. There's no barricades where you're like, okay, this is all you can do and you can't do this stuff. And a lot of corporations are actually changing that now. But when I started, that was like a lot. That was what I realized where I was working at the time. Like it was really tough to be very creative at all times. And even if you are creative, you keep that to yourself, which is like I never really liked that too much. And then I think another thing that's rewarding is like self-satisfaction. You grow this thing to this point and you're like, okay, I did this. And it's like a sense of ownership, taking a pause and really like taking all that in is like, it's very rewarding for me personally. It's like, yeah, it's very self-satisfying. So I think those two are like the rewards. And I don't want to talk about money because money is not the reward. Trust me.
Hey, did you like this video? If so, click the subscribe button down below.
And make sure you click the notification bell to get updates each time we post. And remember, you can listen to the entire episode on 8 different platforms, including Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Check out the links down below.
Bye.
Bye.